What if I told you that one of the most powerful environmental solutions I've ever discovered isn't a charity? And it isn't a government program, and it's even not asking people to use less plastic. For years, I genuinely believed we were doing everything we could. Governments, NGOs, volunteers, consumers, everyone was trying. And yet, every single year, around 8 million tons of plastic still end up in our oceans. So I kept asking myself one question: what are we missing? And then I discovered a company I'd never heard of. And honestly, it completely changed the way I think about solving environmental problems. The truth is, I don't think we have a plastic problem because people don't care. I think we have a plastic problem because the system rewards the wrong things. In many parts of the world, collecting plastic simply isn't profitable. If plastic has no value, it gets dumped, it gets burned, it ends up in the rivers, and eventually it reaches the ocean. And suddenly I realized maybe the missing piece isn't awareness, maybe it's incentives. That's when I discovered Corsair. At first, I was skeptical, like anyone would be. I spent weeks researching, reading, watching interviews and all kinds of masterclasses trying to understand the model because honestly, it sounded almost too good to be true. But the deeper I went, the more everything started making sense. This wasn't another charity asking for donations. It wasn't another awareness campaign. It was something completely different. Here's the simple version. Corsair works with collection partners around the world. Plastic is recovered before it reaches nature or removed from polluted environments. Every kilogram is verified and fully traceable. Companies with a plastic footprint can then finance that recovery through certified plastic credits. That funding goes back into the collection ecosystem. Collectors get paid, communities benefit, more infrastructure is built, more plastic recovered. And instead of plastic being worthless, it suddenly has value. And when something has value, people protect it. That was the moment everything clicked for me. But what fascinated me even more was realizing this wasn't just another business. It was one of the very few business models I've ever come across where everyone wins. It's a win for the planet because more plastic is recovered before it reaches our rivers and oceans. It's a win for local communities because collecting plastic becomes a real source of income, creating jobs and opportunities where they're needed most. It's a win for Corsair because, like any healthy business, it generates revenue while scaling its impact. The more the company grows, the more plastic can be recovered, and the greater the positive impact becomes. And it's a win for people like us because we have the opportunity to become ambassadors for a solution we genuinely believe in, create extra income, and grow a movement that matters. And finally, it's a win for the companies with a plastic footprint. It's a win for the polluters because now they have the opportunity to be part of the solution. That's the beauty of this model. No guilt, no winners and losers. It aligns incentives so that doing the right thing finally makes sense for everyone. The best business model don't force people to choose between purpose and profit. They align them. That's why I believe this has a huge potential to scale worldwide. So why I created Earthlet Movement? When I discovered all of this, I kept thinking the same thing. Why isn't everyone talking about it? And then I realized maybe the solution isn't enough. Maybe someone also needs to tell the story. And that's why I created Earth-led Movement. Not as another environmental page or not as another company, but as a movement. a place where people can discover solutions that actually scale, a place where purpose driven entrepreneurs can come together to help accelerate them. Because I truly believe the future won't be built by a handful of activists. It will be built by millions of ordinary people who decide to become part of something bigger than themselves. If you've watched this far, maybe you're simply curious. And maybe you're looking for more purpose in your work. Maybe you've been searching for a way to create a real impact without sacrificing your financial future. Or maybe, like me, you've been waiting for a solution that finally makes sense. And if that's you, I've created a free page that explains everything step by step, how this model works, what plastic credits are, why I decided to build Earth-led movement, and how anyone can become part of this mission, whether you're simply curious, looking to create impact, or exploring a purpose-driven business opportunity. No pressure, no obligation, just information. So you can decide for yourself. You'll find the link in the description below. And if you decide to join us, welcome. Because I don't believe we're just building a business. I believe we're helping build a new economy, one where restoring our planet finally makes sense for everyone. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next Founder Diaries.